Sup guys, this is James, and today we're back with another Ecom Machines video. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about 3 huge mistakes that I made with Shopify and dropshipping and AliExpress and all that. These are the 3 biggest mistakes that I made with Shopify. And the point of me making this is I want to make sure that you guys avoid making the same mistakes that I did. By no means am I perfect. I've made a lot more than 3 mistakes with Shopify and whatnot, but I want to try and help you guys out and make sure that you don't have the same mistakes that I made. So now the third mistake, when I first got started, I made a general store. And general stores, they're okay, whatever. They're not my favorite thing though. I see a lot of new people try to make a general store. And the thing I don't like about general stores is it's all over the place. One day you could be selling cat socks, the next day you could be selling horse necklaces, 2 totally different niches. You know, you cannot sell a cat necklace to a horse necklace person, right? It's just not congruent. It doesn't line up. There's a very, very small audience that's going to be interested in both horses and cats and both be passionate about both of those things at the same time. So that's why I don't like general stores. And there's a lot more problems than you would normally think that are kind of on the surface level with general stores than on a niche down store. One of those being on a niche down store, you can kind of speak to the brand. You can kind of speak to your audience a lot better. With a general store, it's kind of like Walmart. Like, it doesn't speak to like one demographic necessarily. It's a general store, right? Anybody who is just a dog lover is not gonna, visit your store. Also, on a general store, once you guys collect emails of all your customers, like I said, you could be selling horse necklaces, cat socks. You could be selling camping equipment, tactical gear. All these are different niches that aren't really going to overlap. Camping and tactical and stuff could kind of overlap, I guess. But for the most part, it's not the same, right? And you're going to have a big group of all these people who may just be interested in, cat stuff. And you're going to email them, and you're going to go send the email out, and you're going to, let's say, like a camping product out. You're selling tents or something. Like you're trying to sell this tent to your email list. You're going to email all those cat people and all those people who aren't interested about your products. They're not interested about camping or tactical gear or anything. And you're emailing all those people who aren't interested in that. I hope you guys see the problem there. I know that I would not like getting emails from a company that's going to send me stuff that I'm not interested in. I unsubscribe from those lists. A niche down list is going to be way more valuable than just having a big, huge general list that has no real theme to it, right? It's all over the place. Like, for instance, I have a camping store. That's one of my stores, and I have an email list of people who are interested in camping and like tactical gear and outdoor gear and all that stuff. You think if I email them something about a tent, or if I remarket to them and I advertise to them, you think if I advertise them a tent, they're going to be more likely to buy than if I'm advertising, some cat lady a tent? It's wasting my money. It's wasting my time to advertise to them. So that is one of the first big mistakes that I made on Shopify. Okay guys, so the second big mistake is not collecting emails. Like I talk about in one of my first stores, I collected all these emails. I had thousands of people that bought my product. And I collected all those emails. I paid good money for them. And I never even emailed them. I never sent even one offer out to them at all. I totally neglected to email my list. And it's probably one of the stupidest mistakes that I ever made. Because I could have made so much more money. And not only that, I would have had a huge remarketing and retargeting list that I could go ahead and advertise on YouTube and on Facebook. It's called a lookalike audience. But, that is going to be your most valuable audience. And that's what you get when you collect emails and, you add them onto your autoresponder and you send them offers weekly. Not only do you make more money when you email your list, but you also have that retargeting list like we're talking about. So do not neglect your emails. Once you start getting some success with Shopify, you're naturally going to be collecting emails. And you should definitely have Shopify integrated to at least MailChimp. If not, then whatever autoresponder you want. But also make sure that you have your emails so that you can use them as retargeting. Okay guys, and the biggest mistake, number 1, is, like we were talking about in the last mistake, is not remarketing to your audience. I was just kind of stupid, again, when I was first starting out, and, I didn't know any better. All these people were teaching, go out and, if you want to target wine lovers, go target this and that and this. But then once I started getting sales and collecting, data on the pixel and started collecting emails, I never remarketed to those people. I never really used the lookalike audiences. which is a huge issue. And anybody who's probably a veteran marketer is laughing at me right now. And I'll laugh with you because that was just a dumb mistake, right? But I think for a lot of people who are new, they're not thinking about that because their customer list and their, all that data that you collect on that pixel, all the people who've purchased from you, all those emails that you collect, those are some of the most important assets to your business because those are people who've spent money with you and have a relationship with you. And now on Facebook and AdWords and YouTube, you can remarket to a lookalike audience, and you can, tell AdWords or Facebook, hey, I want to market to people who look like this because they're my customers and they bought from me, so that's valuable. If you're going to spend money on marketing, you might as well be spending it. You might as well be using your marketing dollars wisely. And in my opinion, not even my opinion, this is just fact. Any good marketer will tell you this. You need to be using your remarketing list. You need to be reusing your, lookalike audiences. Those are your most important. The goal, I'll end it here in a second, just one more thing. The goal is to not keep advertising to cold audiences. Okay, a lot of people don't really teach this in Shopify for some reason, but you do not want to be targeting cold traffic. It's going to be, let me back up for a second. Targeting cold traffic is okay in the beginning because you're going to need, you don't have any data yet. You need to get some customers and you need to get, data built up. But down the line, it's going to be, instead of launching products to cold audiences and to, if you're advertising to the wine niche, if you're advertising to, wine fan pages, at the beginning that's fine, but down the line further, once you start getting customers and data and pixel fires, you're going to start marketing to those people who have visited your site and bought from you. And you're going to be launching ads to that lookalike audience as opposed to launching ads to a cold audience that may have never interacted with you before. It's going to be way cheaper. It's going to be much more profitable because you've already found the people who are willing to buy your stuff in the niche. So guys, that is the top 3 biggest Shopify mistakes that I have made. Please don't make these, especially number 1. Remarketing everything is super important like we talked about. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Go ahead and leave a comment and subscribe and leave a like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.